Look, this smartphone looks like a serious upgrade. New screen, new features, new processor. But the more you dig into it, the more you start to wonder, is this really an upgrade or just some well-packaged marketing? Hey everyone, this is Mike. Today we're breaking down the new Samsung S26 Ultra flagship. No hype, no this is the best smartphone, just straight facts. I'll break down what's actually new here, where the compromises are, and whether it's even worth upgrading. So get comfortable and give this video a like. Let's go. Right off the bat, an important point. There are no free upgrades in smartphones. Every new feature always comes with a trade-off. You gain something, but you lose something too. And this smartphone is a real example of that. Let's start with the display. On paper, everything's top-notch. 6.9 inches, OLED, 1440p, 120 Hz. In other words, a classic flagship. But they've added a new feature, a privacy display. How does it work? When you turn on this mode, the screen becomes visible only to you. No one from the side will be able to see what's on your screen. This is actually really useful in the subway, at a cafe, on a plane, at the bank, basically anywhere you need privacy. But now, here's the most important part. To make this work, two types of pixels are used, wide ones that are visible at an angle, and narrow ones that are only visible straight on. And when you turn on privacy, the wide pixels are turned off. So basically, only part of the screen is working, which means the resolution drops by almost half. The text becomes less sharp, details get lost, and the brightness drops a bit. And what's really interesting is that even in normal mode, the display's a bit worse because some of the pixels are limited from the start. So the feature is cool, but it's not free. You pay with quality. And that's the key idea behind the whole smartphone. Now, about the design. The phone has become lighter, thinner, and more rounded. Sounds like an improvement, but now the S Pen can only be inserted one way. The camera has gotten noticeably bigger, and the phone wobbles on the table. There's less rigidity in the body, and again, it's a compromise. In practice, this is exactly the kind of thing you won't find in the specs. You put the phone on the table, and it really does wobble. You insert the stylus, and now you actually have to think about how to put it in. Minor details? Yeah, but it's exactly these little things that make up the user experience. Now let's talk about performance. Here, there's a new Snapdragon 8 Elite 5th generation chip. According to the numbers, CPU performance has increased by about 20 to 30%. AI performance has also been improved. In reality, the interface is genuinely smooth. Heavy games run steadily, and multitasking is lag-free. Honestly, that's already the standard for flagships. They've also improved the cooling system, and that's important because powerful chips always tend to heat up a lot. But here, everything is stable, the cooling's on point, and performance holds steady. The battery is 5,000 milliamp hours, the same number as before, but thanks to optimization, it lasts a bit longer and does better in standby mode. But there's no breakthrough, no new technology, just a little bit better. 60-watt charging is pretty standard now, but some competitors offer even faster charging. Once again, it's a compromise. Not about being a leader, but about stability. Now let's talk about AI. There's a lot of it here. Photo processing, noise removal, generation, working with text. But honestly, that's not unique. And most importantly, it's not a reason to buy a new smartphone because these features already exist or will show up with updates. Now the cameras. They're almost the same, but with some improvements. More light, better video, improved stabilization, video up to 4K at a steady 60 FPS. The image quality is top-notch. But it's not a breakthrough, it's just an upgrade. Here's the real takeaway about the camera. If you have the previous model, you'll barely notice any difference. If your phone is older, then the difference will definitely be obvious. So how does it stack up against the competition? Because right now, a lot of brands offer fast charging, better batteries, and sometimes even better screens. And Samsung isn't the leader here, it's just really good. So here's the bottom line. The Samsung S26 Ultra is a powerful, high-quality, well-balanced smartphone. But it's not a revolution, it's an evolution with one interesting feature and a bunch of compromises. And the most interesting thing, the main Ultra feature of this phone, is its price. Because for this kind of money, you'd expect more. Well, now it's your turn. Let me know in the comments, is this a real upgrade or just a forgettable model? I'm really curious to hear your opinion. And if you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. No hype here, just the real pros and cons. This was Mike with you. See you in the next video. Bye.